So many of you know that my YouTube channel, which I started about 8 years ago, was really started based on my acquisition of my Lone Star Grill's 20 by 42 inch offset smoker. That was kind of my dream barbecue purchase at that time in my barbecue journey, and it has been a very important part of this channel's history. Last year, I expanded and I bought a Smokeslinger, which amongst many other things is a direct heat cooker. And that presents a new opportunity, a different way for me to cook the food that I love for my friends and family. It gives me a different style to cook with. So although the Smokeslinger is capable of many different cooking styles, I want to focus on it as a direct heat cooker in comparison to the Lone Star Grills, which is an offset smoker, also known as a stick burner. So the LSG 20-inch series, and again I have the 20 by 42, is pretty much what I would consider to be like a small offset smoker. So one of the things about it, it means that the firebox is a little bit smaller than what you might find on other traditional larger offset smokers. The overall size, the shape of the 20-inch series allowed LSG to offer this product to consumers like myself who wanted to get involved with offset smoking without having to incur major prices that we saw from other brands. Also, its smallish size made it perfect for my family. Usually I'm only cooking for myself, my wife, and when my daughter is home from school, my daughter. So at most, maybe 3 people at once, but on most occasions, it's just the 2 of us. I found it to be perfect in terms of size, for my small family. Now, last year, I decided to get involved with commercial barbecue cooking, and knowing that I was doing that, I knew that I needed to have another cooker that would provide me with more cooking capacity. So that's where a cooker like the Smokeslinger comes in, first of all. It's large enough where if I wanted to do like a whole hog cook, I can do it. If I want to do a dozen slabs of ribs, I can do it. If I want to do 4 or 5 briskets, I can do it. The Smokeslinger, the full-size Smokeslinger, can accommodate that. So one of the primary differences between these 2 cookers, again, the LSG is an offset smoker, so that makes it perfect for low and slow barbecue. And that's typically temperatures between 225 degrees, 275 degrees. Traditional barbecue, you're cooking with wood splits, charcoal, and to me, that has always been kind of like the highest level, the highest form of barbecue. There's a large learning curve, but if you're patient, observe what happens during your cooks, take those lessons learned, apply them to future cooks, invest that time, and then also cook on a regular basis. If you do those things, you will become good at cooking on an offset smoker like the LSG. So high risk, but also super high reward once you get comfortable with fire management on an offset smoker. Now the Smokeslinger, on the other hand, again, I'm focusing on it as a direct heat cooker, which basically means that you can cook food at hotter temperatures. Think 325 degrees and up. There are distinct differences in flavor profile. For instance, doing ribs low and slow is going to give you a different bite, a different flavor when compared to doing ribs on a direct heat cooker like the Smokeslinger. I'm always a proponent of having more than one cooker in your backyard. Each one of my cookers has a different purpose, a different skill set needed, and that also comes with different benefits. So as I get further along in learning how to cook direct heat food, I'm learning the many benefits of using my Smokeslinger. So for instance, I've already done direct heat ribs, direct heat chicken. They've all turned out fantastic. Big benefit of cooking direct heat, cuts down on the cooking time. And I can also tell you, whereas the offset smoker experience has a big learning curve, I have found that the learning curve for the Smokeslinger is not large at all. It's pretty intuitive. There are intake valves, or intake openings, I should say, at the bottom of the Smokeslinger where the air is coming in on both sides. And then likewise, the exhaust, there are exhausts on the left and the right side of the Smokeslinger. So basically, once you kind of learn to make some adjustments depending on how hot you want your temperature to be, you'll find that once your temperature is locked in on the Smokeslinger, pretty much stays there without needing to make many adjustments. The full size is large enough to hold plenty of fuel, plenty of charcoal, so you won't have to worry about making additions during your cook. So again, you got direct heat, you got low and slow. They both have their advantages. So if you want to expand your cooking game, I would highly encourage you to check them both out. Definitely different types of cooking, but they both provide great benefits.